Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to all of you out there. It's Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Today's date, June the 2nd, 2021, and it's Wednesday. We're trying to get over the fact that yesterday was Tuesday and before that was Memorial Day, so some of us are not in sync here, but it is Wednesday today. I guess it's hump day. Nice to have you here today. We're going to be covering a number of things, watching the market as always, trying to explain to you in plain English as to what the heck is going on out there. There are stocks moving, and there are lots of stories going around, a lot of speculation on what has been happening in the last 24, 48, 72 hours. And I'll do the best I can to break it down for you. Welcome one, welcome all. Bruce, what are your thoughts on Sofi warrants? Currently 809, option to buy Sofi at 1150. Well, exactly. The reality is that, you know, it's trading at about its book value, isn't it? A ballpark, right? And so I'm not sure if I'm not interested in getting into warrants, and I'm not promoting them, and I don't even mention them on the show. They exist because they were created as part of the units that were issued originally. You're looking at the last price. I don't know if they're trading in the after hours or not. I have no idea of the exact terms and conditions, but I don't bother with them. I would recommend that if you're interested in acquiring leverage on the company, I would look at call options, because you can set the exercise price on the option, which allows you to set the amount of money you're going to spend per option. Because if you buy a call option on Sofi right now, that's a 22.50 for next December, it's at the money or in the money right now with the stock at 23.10 at the moment. You buy a 25, it's out of the money, it'll be cheaper. You buy a 27.50, it's cheaper again. You can decide which strike price to go with and what you pay for it, again, based on the market. And I just do not bother talking about talking about warrants. I just don't go there. 618, $30 Sofi call, get out now or let her run. You got contracts that die in 16 days. I would hang on for the day here and see what it gives you. If the Sofi shares want to run to the 25 neighborhood today, tomorrow, you're getting closer. You might then be able to roll out and maybe get at $30 calls into October, something like that. You're in that dicey situation. You're getting closer to your strike price than you were a week ago when you were down at $17, $18 a share. You've come a ways, but you haven't come enough. And now you need this next $5 move to give you a $2.50 valuation, and you're probably going to score a nice return on your call, because I can't imagine you paid a lot for it when you bought it. But you got to be getting ready for a rollover in the next 24 or 48 hours. My humble opinion, this is Wednesday, so between now and Friday, you want to make your move. You do not want to wait till next week. Get it done before the week is out. That's just my hunch. Should I sell some of my Sofi shares to buy more GHVI? I also have a few Sofi calls, so could sell this week if needed, but I don't have liquidity to add to Gores. No, you don't do that right now. Right now, you leave the Sofi alone. 23.33. You're going to $30 here. You're going to go Sofi to 30 before you do anything with it. Don't do a dang thing. So let's sit there and get rich. Stop screwing around. Wait it out. If you can't buy Gores right now, you can't buy Gores right now. It's okay. You'll make a bunch of money on Sofi, and then you'll make your next move later, one at a time. You never sell too soon, and this is too soon to sell Sofi. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I have 2 January calls for VGAC, one at 10 and another at 12.50. I'm eyeing a few more at 12.50. Good idea? Yeah, good idea. Real good idea. Yeah, all you can get. All you can afford. Pick them up. Bruce, I have another 10 grand firepower. Should I put it half in Sofi calls, the other half in VGAC calls? I would look at that. I would look at maybe even trying to get some Gores. It's at 14.43 at 53 cents today. Maybe split it into 3 and do that perhaps. Yeah, get ready. Stock Market Bruce, when it comes time to sell my call contracts, am I reselling straight back to the market makers like I would a stock? Yeah, you would. Or do I need to wait for the buyer to grab them up? No, you would you will offer them. You're not going to sell at market. I should correct myself. You're going to put them on the offer, maybe a nickel below the offer. If the market is 12 to 12.50, you're at 12.45. The market is 7 to 7.25, you're at 7.20. The market is 28.50 to 28.75, you're at 28.70. You're just under the offer, just under. What do you think is the fair price of this thing, roughly? I don't know, James. They're not doing this. You know, all these players who are putting this deal together, they're not doing this to have it go to $20. No way. They can make a lot more money a lot easier doing something else. There's a 3 handle on this stock. Sooner or later, there'll be a 3 handle on all these SPACs. That's the guys who created these are not here for a quick $5 or $10 a share. Believe me, they're not. So get in now. It's ground floor time. So if the stock goes to 200 a share, Bruce, magically, would market makers buy my $20 strike contract? Yeah, there's always a market for contracts. Always. At every price. All the time. Market makers make the market on call contracts all the time as well as individuals. Yeah. You can always sell your calls. You can always buy more, get out. There's always liquidity. That's the beauty of this system. You're fine. You need a minimum of 100 shares of any company to buy a call contract or a put contract. Correct. You have to be a shareholder of 100 shares to be able to write call contracts or put contracts. Do you recommend buying contracts over stock? If you can afford stock, I say buy stock. But if you've got a couple of bucks lying around, you have 500, 1,000, 2,000 bucks lying around, you can buy a lot of options and get a lot more leverage on your deal if you go out. And that's why I keep telling people way up, December, January, buy contracts into 2022. All right. Is another reason to buy calls further out is if between now and the expiration it squeezes, pops, you can get out right then, sell the contract. Well, the way I look at AB is I don't want you guys making money on options at the last minute because that's where you get screwed. You can really get hosed. I want you to be in a scenario where you have a 6-month, 8-month contract, and in month 1, 2, or 3, you make your money. And now you're selling a contract with 5 months left at top dollar because it's got a lot of time on it, nice fat premium on it. You got your big capital gain on it, and you're rolling into future calls 3 months further out again into the next position, and you're taking money off the table. You're rolling your contracts over. Eventually, you'll get to the point where the contract will rise to such a level that you're not going to put all that money into the next rollover. You might only put in a third of that amount, or a fifth, or a quarter, and you're taking money off the table to put it into other areas to diversify your portfolio. That's another reason why I want you doing this, because contracts that you get into in the last minute, this is a gambler's nightmare, den of lions. You really could get ripped apart. You don't want to have that happen to you. Why does the VGAC still sit at 10, but my call options show the price going up and down? More people getting into the options market in anticipation of the VGAC deal. 8 days is the shareholder meeting. It will be approved. It starts trading at 23andMe shortly thereafter. Watch out. This one is your next one. You got VGAC, Gores Holdings that are going to do what Sofi is doing. Get ready. Get ready. Why are there some calls all the way out until 2023? Anything fishy about it? My platform says no one else is buying this option. The contract market makers in Chicago, they will over time issue additional contracts. They will create additional contracts. Eventually, all contracts, no matter the more mature listings, will have contracts out for 2 years. And the same thing with these. So just keep an eye open. You'll see these pop up. Should I sell one of my 17.5 SoFi calls for cash, exercise the other one for shares? No, you do not exercise any stock. You will not do that. You will only sell the calls for the money. You'll just sell them. You don't exercise anything. Just sell them. Make whatever your next investment is, whenever it is, it is. But when you feel that you've topped out, you sell. But right now you're $24.90, $24.95 a share on SoFi. you're going higher. There's another $5 a share coming your way. Enjoy it, relax, sit back, let it happen, and away we go. What does that mean, rolling over? It means you sell the one you have and you buy another one down the line, longer term, for more time. That's called a rollover, and just continuing a position in contracts, but it might not be as much money. You might sell 2 contracts now at a big price and buy 4 contracts down the line, but with only half the money, and keep the other half the money in your possession as you grow your wealth. Way to go. Say at one point, is IPOE not a good option purchase? It's still a good option purchase. It could be a good option purchase up to 100 a share. I'll let you know when it gets there. But right now at 24.36, it's still a good option purchase. Hey, Uncle Bruce, can you talk about a break-even price when buying calls? Why would I buy a call with a higher break-even price leverage? Yeah, leverage, exactly. You're paying way less per share to get 100 contracts, and even if the shares go up $2 or $3 and they're still out of the money, the calls will go up in value. You're making money anyway, so that's why. What's up with this class you've been talking about? I'm extremely interested. Yeah, we're looking to, I'm going to be conducting classes for a limited number of people at a time, live, privately, and then those classes will be available on my website to be viewed anytime on a recurring basis, and those will be made available on a website that we're creating. So we're in the middle of creating a website for this channel. We're going to start classes shortly. I'll announce details in the next few weeks. And we'll then start building a library of classes that you can refer to anytime going down the road for more knowledge. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for that. If you'd like to talk to me about a 1-hour session, you want to get together with me, send me an email through my email address, which is right here. It's the old school hotmail.com email address. Send me an email. Say, Bruce, I'd like to talk to you on a one-on-one session. When can you book me in? I'd like to make a reservation and lock it in right away.